you're new to real estate photography and you're trying to get the basics down, this video is for you because I'm going to share my 5 composition tips that if you just do literally these 5 things, especially when you're first getting started as a real estate photographer, the real estate agents you shoot for are absolutely going to love your photos. Now, here's the thing that I found about this industry. There's a difference between what real estate agents love and what other real estate photographers, especially the really picky ones, will tell you is acceptable. And I don't want you to worry about dialing it into 100% right now so that even the best real estate photographers would love your work. All we're trying to do from the start is make sure that the agents like your photos, refer you to others, and use you again. And so on this video, I'm going to show you some very simple things to immediately level up your real estate photos, starting with tip number 1. If you're new to real estate, one of the tendencies people have is maybe they got the gear I recommended, but they put it on a tripod, and they get really high up, and then they kind of shoot down into the room. So that'd be like this. It's just your first instinct. You grab a camera, you're like, I'm gonna get up here and shoot down. That's not how you wanna do it for real estate. So tip 1 is you wanna shoot about waist level. Now everybody's waist is at a different height, but generally like waist light switch level, somewhere lower. And you're gonna wanna shoot at that height because it makes the room look really good. It just looks weird shooting down into the room. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, which kind of is a part of tip number 1, is you wanna get straight verticals. So what I mean by that is in the image you can see here, if I go, like I showed you, if I shoot up and then I aim down into the room, I'll just take this photo so you can see it. So what you're gonna notice is that when this photo's done, okay, you can see the photo here, the vertical lines in the image are not straight. So on the left side of the image, you can see that bar for the window is kind of crooked, and then the same on the right side. It just doesn't look great. So what I mean by straight verticals is I'm gonna drop this down to the correct height, level it out, and then when I take this shot, now what you'll see is that those vertical lines are straight, and that's what real estate agents want to see in real estate photos. So that is tip number 2. Now come over here for a second. Tip number 3 is similar, but a little bit different. So we talked about straight verticals. We also want to get our horizontals straight. So if I take this image, I'll show you an example of what this looks like. All right, so this photo is being taken. And this happens a lot of times when, as you can see in this photo, there's like a sink outside and a grill, and you're about to take a perfectly straight on shot, but you're like, wait a second, if I just turn a little bit, I can catch more of that sink like you can see here, but it just looks kind of weird. So you can see the rug in the image is closer to the camera on one side than the other. That just doesn't look good. So the rule and what you want to commit to for rule number 3 is either take a perfectly straight on shot or commit to the angle. So I'm going to take a perfectly straight on shot to show you what that example looks like. And you don't have to get it like 100% perfect, but you just don't want to have an angle to your shot if it should be a straight on. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shot. Okay, and so that shows you that now we have the rug straight across the bottom of the image. It looks good. And then here's what the angled shot would look like. So if I want to capture the grill and stuff outside, I can take this shot. And as you can see, that's a nice angled shot. It just doesn't look weird. Like if you look at that other image that's almost straight on, it just has like this kind of uneasy feeling to it. And no real estate agent is gonna tell you, hey, the horizontals are off. They're just gonna be like, I didn't like that photo as much. And so that's really important, and that's rule number 3. Now, rule number 4, we're gonna have to go to a bedroom to show you. So come over here. One big mistake that a lot of new real estate photographers make is getting a room like this. Real estate agents want wide angle shots, right? Like they want to see as much of the room as possible. So you're going to shoot a bedroom, and they'll come inside the bedroom and they'll go, okay, set their camera down. I'm going to set up this shot just to show you. So I got my shot. It's as wide as it can go with where I'm standing. I'm going to take that photo. And the photo in itself doesn't look super bad, but what you'll notice is, first of all, you can only see 2 walls in the photo. So we want to try to get 3 walls as often as we can. It's going to give you some more orientation for how the house is laid out when you're viewing it and just look a lot better. And so this is shot number 1. What you want to do, the rule in rule number 4, is you want to capture 3 walls. But sometimes you can't do that in a small room. So don't be afraid to like step into the hallway and just have the barrel of your lens into the room. So now when I take this shot, I'm making sure to get 3 walls in the photo. And I'll show you when I take this one. See how much better this photo looks compared to the other one? Like, you just get a much better feel for what the room actually looks like, and it's a lot more, it's just easier to understand what's going on. And so with real estate photography, real estate agents almost always want the widest shots possible. So that was one example of a shot that wasn't as wide as possible because I stepped in the room. But another thing people do wrong, kind of in the same way, is they'll basically get into a room like this, they'll see a cool sink, they'll take a detail shot of the sink, they'll go out here, they'll take a detail shot of a chandelier, and then when they're done, they have like 20 detail shots, and that's not what real estate agents really want. So that's tip number 4, shoot as wide as you can. If you're gonna do a detail shot, limit it to 2 or 3 per shoot. So come over here for a second, I'll show you like a good detail shot that you could do. So, one good example is we could go outside to this grill out here in the sink. We could get one that shows, pretty close, just the grill and the sink and then the view of the water. That'd be an option. I'll show you one more over here. There's a chandelier, kind of a cool art chandelier in the front. So we could get a zoomed in shot on that. But I wouldn't want to do more than that with a standard real estate shoot. And that's the difference between like real estate, like I'm teaching how to shoot here, and then architecture and interior design, really different niches in photography. And so just make sure you know who you're shooting for. It's going to be a real estate agent 99% of the time. The last tip number 5, or rule number 5, and honestly, it's the most important thing, is let's say you set up a shot like this, right? So I get in a room, the room looks great. I get my shot set up, especially when you're new to real estate photography, and I take the shot, and then what happens a lot is you didn't look in the room, and so what happens is something like this, right? Is I got so tunnel vision into my camera settings and everything like that, that I didn't take a second to step back, look at the scene, and be like, is this what I want the photo to look like? And in this case, as you can see here, I mean, the real estate agent, they're not gonna notice if your settings were a little bit off, right? What they are going to notice is that this chair was turned. And so this happened to me actually in a kind of a funny situation. I was shooting a really nice house, and there's a great bedroom, it's a primary bedroom. I got this awesome shot, and I swear to you, I missed that there was a dog laying on the bed in the middle of the photo. Like, I didn't even see it. And I normally would have been like, people don't want to see that in the bed, right? So move the dog. I just was so tunnel vision on the photos that I missed that. And so that is the most important of these tips, frankly, because real estate agents, they're not going to notice if you messed up the settings. They will notice if something's not straight in the image. So those are my 5 composition rules for real estate photography. If you're new to real estate photography or just want to figure out how to get your business going faster, what I want you to do is go below in the description. You'll see a link to a workshop, and it talks about how I do things as a real estate photographer. My photo business has made millions of dollars since I started. I've done just about everything the wrong way or the hard way. And so in that workshop, it's completely free. It's going to show you how to do things, in my opinion, the right way, what type of houses to shoot, how to get clients, what type of clients you're looking for, how to shoot successfully, how to get more referral, like a bunch of good stuff. So check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.